Are you breastfeeding your baby and noticing that it is very far from comfortable? Is it pinchy? Do you have damaged nipples? Is breastfeeding just not going the way that you had hoped? This video is going to give you my top 3 tips of things that you can do right now to change your breastfeeding journey for the better, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll be breastfeeding much more comfortably. My name is Kitty Hackle. I am a registered nurse and IBCLC International Board Certified Lactation Consultant, birth, postpartum doula and mama to 3 little ones, and I love to support you in having the best and most positive breastfeeding journey in how you nourish your baby and in how you birth your baby. If you want to see more content related to trying to conceive, pregnancy, birth, breastfeeding, or just infant feeding and motherhood in general, make sure and hit that subscribe button and check out some of the live events that I offer, as well as some of the e-courses and downloads available on my website in the link down below. So my tip number 1 might seem like a really obvious one, however when I go to demo it to you, you'll know the difference. So when your baby goes to latch onto the breast, I'm going to pretend I'm a really hungry baby, okay? What we often do when we've got a baby who's frustrated, fussy, and we just want to feed them, is we don't even care what the latch looks like at the very beginning. So long as our baby opens their mouth, we put the nipple in straight away. So what we do is we go nipple to mouth, like this. And what you can see is not only is the nose occluded, the chin is very far away from the breast. So let's do that again. Open the mouth, baby's really hungry and fussy. Nipple in straight away, all blocked off. And actually, when we're looking for that nice deep latch, we want baby to have a nice mouthful of this underbreast area here. And the nipple should be shooting back to, if you feel on the roof of your mouth, you've got your hard palate, and further back you've got your soft palate. And at that junction is where your nipple should be in your baby's mouth. So, not only that, but our baby does an awful lot of work with their chin and their jaw. And so we want them to be anchoring first with their chin. So let's change that approach and go instead from nipple to mouth level. Think nipple up the nose. So baby's coming from below, the nipple's pointing up here. The chin is going to be hitting the breast first. So you're supporting baby below ear level. Their head is going back, chin is sitting first, big wide open mouth, nipples pointing up the nose, up and on. And you can see in that position, the chin is snuggled into the breast, the cheeks are touching, and the nostrils are free. So instead of thinking nose to mouth, or nipple to mouth, think nipple up the nose. So we'll do that one more time. I'm a really hungry baby, mummy's supporting me behind ear level, below ear level, so I can tip my head back, just in the same way if you were drinking from your water bottle, you wouldn't like to be drinking it like this. So tipping the head back like that, chin is hitting the breast first, I'm a really hungry baby, open my mouth nice and wide, chin is hitting the breast, nipple is pointing up the nose, we're exposing this lovely underbreast area here, up and on. So that is my very glamorous, quite possibly my most embarrassing moment of the day, tip number 1 for you to get a deeper, more comfortable. Okay, so tip number 2 might seem like a really obvious one, but this is making sure that our baby's hands aren't getting in the way. Our babies love to get their hands involved. It's a part of that little GPS system which involves their hands, their feet, and their little tummies. So we want to make sure that we are making the most out of that GPS system and helping our baby to find the breast and latch on nice and deeply. But we want to make sure that the hands aren't in the way. So what I encourage you to do if your baby is latching and getting their hands in the way, or they're just in between and they're in front here, is to instead allow your baby to hug the breast, one hand on either side, so when they are on the breast, their hands can still be involved, but they're not in the way. If our baby's hands are in front of the breast, what happens here is we're creating a blockage, and our baby actually comes further away from the breast. So of course the latch becomes more shallow. Getting the hands involved, you can see baby can snuggle in nice and close here. So it means that the latch immediately becomes. And my final tip then is tip number 3. And this is where maybe you know that you haven't gotten the latch as deep as you could do, but you've got a baby who just really doesn't want to go on and off all of the time. And you know that they're on now and you're thinking, what are the things that I can do to deepen that latch? And this is something that I call laid back breastfeeding, or the Netflix and chill position from like the lactation edition. So maybe your baby's latched onto the breast and you're going, oh, this isn't super, it's a little bit pinchy. See what gravity can do to change that position. See what happens when you shimmy yourself back enough so that baby is actually above the breast. And you'll know that they are above you enough and you're shimmied back enough that if you were to take your hands away, your baby would stay there. And what happens in this position is not only for a baby who's maybe struggling with your milk flow, it makes it much more manageable for them because the flow slows down, but also that the longer you nurse in this position, the more open your baby's mouth becomes and the deeper their attachment at the breast becomes. Now, this is not easy to get on the first try. A laid back breastfeeding position does take practice. So touch base with a lactation consultant, and do check out some of my previous videos if you want a little bit more. So I do hope you found that video helpful. If you're looking for some more personalised or individualised support, do reach out to me. I support families all over the world over Zoom. I would love to support you today in having a more successful, more positive and more comfortable breastfeeding journey. Let me know if you try any of these little breastfeeding tips down below and which one worked best for you.